Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Ysrael. It's been a minute. Malachi bin Ysrael here. This past week has been a very disturbing week within the Israelite community. There have been a large amount of allegations and accusations going on within the community concerning so-called leaders. All right. Those in the leadership capacity. My opinion on the one main matter at focus concerning child molesters, pedophiles, and men who abuse women in all facets of abuse, whether it's physical, sexual, mental, or emotional. All right. It's a no-go. The father doesn't play concerning his precious jewels, which is his women. All right. Manipulation. We talk about manipulation a lot, especially amongst the women, because coming out of the world, coming from the church, women sometimes unknowingly use that manipulation as a tool, and they couple it with emotion to gain their heart's desire. Let me put this disclaimer out there. I am not bashing women at all. I'm just speaking truths. So if it feels like you're being talked about or it doesn't sit well with you, take that to the Most High in prayer. Because I'm going to deal with the brothers as well. Because this video is mainly about the actions of men. I'm just speaking to the root of all of this, because most of our men are coddled by their mothers, not their fathers. So most men who display unfavorable acts outside of bad sexual conduct usually learn that from their mothers. They learn the art of manipulation, what we call finessing, to get their way, if we're going to be, truthful. What's been going on in a nutshell, because I, for one, don't have the absolute facts. With my own eyes, I have seen the testimonial accounts. I have seen the alleged firsthand. I have read the alleged firsthand accounts of the victims. So I can only speak to that part of the accusations. It's not tolerated. Whether you have children or not, because people love to play the what if it was your child card. Whether you have children or not, we all come from a woman. We all come from a mother, which means if you don't have any siblings, you have cousins who are females. You have girls you may have, liked in school, friends or whatnot. You wouldn't want to have any of this bad shit happen to them. Okay, you wouldn't want anybody inappropriately touching them at all. So we're not going to play that what if it was your child card. Let's just call a thing, and when you're wrong, you're just wrong. All right. So now here's the thing amongst the world's mindset. Right now it appears to be a headhunt going on to bring these individuals to justice, and I get it and I understand it. Like I said, outside of being a father myself, right is right, wrong is wrong. Naturally, you would want to rip somebody's head off if they did something wrong to your loved one, your child, your niece, your nephew, so forth and so on. Molestation is not cool. There's nothing innocent by it. There's nothing about exploring curiosity. There is no type of justice. There's nothing you can say to try to justify, a child being touched sexually. I'm sorry. There is no Ain't no pity pat. No, we were just playing. No, no. Um, Justice must be served for these victims. Um, just to give a background, because I am not legal counsel, so I'm not going to, you know, throw all the stuff out there. I will say this. Y'all, if you know me, you know I choose my words wisely. I don't just shoot from the hip and just say shit. Allegedly, the brother, this is not the first time that he's been accused of this, and apparently there was a Israelite tribunal that took place that did not go the way it was supposed to according to Torah. That's how I'm going to word it. A tribunal or a case or of judgment or whatnot was held, but it did not go the way it was supposed to according to the Bible. And I will leave it at that, because if you don't know Torah, you have no clue of what the hell I'm talking about. If you don't know law, you still have no clue what I'm talking about, outside of either you found guilty and you're sentenced to jail, or you found not guilty. That's about the gist of it. We got to stop playing with the Most High. We have to stop thinking we have all the time in the world to get right. If you subscribe to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, if you say that you believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the good stuff that come with it, playtime has been over. Playtime has been over. And just like Israel is the apple of the Most High's eye, it's even that much more when it comes to the daughters of Zion, the daughters of Sarah, whatever, you know, title you want to put on it. We have to remember, when we go back into the book of Genesis, when Adam was formed from the earth, he was put to sleep, and a piece of him was taken, and the Creator made woman, and the Creator presented woman to Adam, man. The Creator took a piece of man and made woman, then presented her, not it, presented her to man. Just by that alone, we see that from the piece of man, the Most High Yah created a gift specifically designed for man, and he presented it to her like, here, this is yours, take care of it. Brothers, we have to take care of our women, because before they become women, they're little girls. They're babies. They're little girls. I don't know the full extent to what has happened. I can only speak to what I would do to the children who are in my life, biologically and not biologically. Anyone that knows me, that you know that, children are that's my soft spot. That's my kryptonite. Those that know me know that I don't break when it comes to tears. I don't bend much. There's some things that there's some attributes I have acquired over the years prior to military service, and it has enhanced with specific training and a skill set with military service. So, a lot of times I'm misunderstood and I come off as having no feelings, no compassion, things of that nature. But that's not the case. I feel just like the average person. I have my moments, where it's just me and the Most High, and, I have my breakdowns or whatnot. But this subject matter here concerning pedophilia and child molestation is a no-no. Just like the rest of the sensible brothers and sisters, and I say that firmly, just like the rest of the sensible brothers and sisters, I understand your anger. I understand your disgust. And I understand your need for swift judgment. Let's put your minds on the victims here, okay? If we execute judgment by our own hands without a thorough inquiry, because I have to stress a thorough inquiry, because the headhunters would say, well, the child has no reason to lie. And you're absolutely right. No child has a reason to lie, but let's not forget we have taught our children to lie. I've already discussed that in other videos with, the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus and things of that nature. Well, brother, that ain't got nothing to do with being touched. It has everything to do with being touched. Out of fear of getting in trouble, I don't know about you, but I can attest to myself. I have told lies as a child to keep myself out of trouble, or I thought was going to keep me out of trouble. Now let's deal with it in the proper context. If these children have not been exposed to any type of sexual culture, and this has happened to them, and they made it known to their Abba, their Ima, their father, and their mother that, hey, so-and-so touched me, then by all means, bring down hellfire on that individual. I am related to a few now women who were teenagers and that have lied and said that they were touched unwantingly, then to later come out and say that they lied, they only cried wolf because they could no longer get their way. Do with that as you will. It's still no justification on it. I brought up that point to say, before we shoot our mouths off and we grab the pitchforks and the torches and we go head hunting, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, so that way we too are not guilty of what could possibly be innocent blood. Okay? So with that being said, it is not to be pedophilia and child molestation is not to be condoned. If the brother is guilty, hell yeah, he need to be dealt with properly. Those of you who know me back in the day, hey, it'll be nothing to go snatch you out your house and take you somewhere where nobody fucking hears you and do what need to be done. Is that the right thing to do in the eyes of the Most High? No, because according to the law, statutes, and commandments, there's a process that has to be done. So, with that being said, I ain't gonna keep this video too long. If any of you that are watching this, if you absolutely must know what's going on, why it's going on, let me educate you on this. Messed up shit like this has been going on since the beginning of time. That's why it's even written in the law of God that you ain't supposed to be, bothering your relatives like that and things of that nature. So, we're not gonna sit up here, because I know a lot of you out there are just watching just to watch and to see, what myself and others who live the lifestyle that I do, you want to see what we talk about, so you can say, see, that's why I don't mess with Hebrew Israelites, and that's why I don't do this, I don't do that. And then, there is, just like anything, there's always a certain bunch that appears to be the forerunners of whatever movement that is going on. So I just want to let you all know that this is not something that is going on in the Hebrew community, because, you know, even if you're not Hebrew, I'm pretty sure, you know, whether you're white, black, blue, purple, alien, whatever, you either know someone or know of someone who has mentioned that, you know, as a child they were molested by a relative or a family friend and things of that nature. So it has nothing to do with one's spiritual walk. So just because I'm Hebrew, I'm an Israelite, and I'm speaking on a Hebrew Israelite male who has been accused of this, don't walk away from this video thinking that this is what we allow, this is what we condone, and this is what we are all about. That's not the case, because the same goes on in the Christian church. The same goes on in Islam. You know, it's wrong is wrong, regardless of, you know, what your spiritual background is. Wrong is wrong. There is no justification for an adult bothering a child, male or female, because I want to put this out there too. Don't you think for a second that it's just I'm gonna say these Catholic priests bothering with little boys. Nah, sometimes it's even your aunties bothering their nephews. Sometimes it's even your older cousins bothering their younger male cousins. Sometimes it's your older next door neighbor that's supposed to be your babysitter that bothers the young boy. So it goes both hands. It's just that a lot of men don't really speak out about it because, you know, it's looked at a certain way, and that's due to our perversion of exposure of children to sex at an early age, you know, from, you know, movies and cartoons and things of that nature. So I'm not gonna hold you long. There's an issue, there's a cancer amongst Ysrael, and it's going to be rid of however the Most High sees fit. Is going to get dealt with. Just wanted to make you all aware. My stance again on this whole thing is I don't condone child molestation and or pedophilia in regards to, well, with regards to the accused brother. I have no allegiance, you know. It was shocking news to me because the brother is very knowledgeable on, you know, who we are, knowledgeable on the scriptures and things of that nature. So I can't take that away from him. I'm not, like I said, I'm not qualified to speak on the brother's actions behind closed doors. That is for him and those that are close to him who know him personally to attest to that. I can say, if he did it, he wrong. And however the Most High decides to rain down judgment, it will be deserved. And all those who are in the know and without the guidance of legal counsel, if you're not helping the victims get closure to this chapter in their life, you too have blood on your hands. So with that, I bid you all Shabbat Shalom, and I pray that you have gained some type of understanding from this video. If you have me on Facebook and you want to know, you know, more detail, then hey, contact me there. Oh, let me leave you with this. The brother's name, who is the alleged pedophile, the brother's name is Nasi Yashuvel. Now, that's the name of the accused. What I don't want you to do with that information that I just gave is don't be a talebearer. Don't be a bandwagon joiner. The incident being spoken of is wrong. The actions accused of is wrong. If the individual I just named is found guilty, he shall be punished. Yah does not condone it. You're not fit to be in leadership of anyone. And you can't discipline yourself in your own home, behind closed doors, whatever the case may be. It is not something that we accept as Hebrew Israelites, and no Israelite male worth their, manhood should stand for it and stand by it. Okay? Now, that's all I have to say. Shabbat Shalom. And I pray that Yah continues to increase you in His truth, with His love. And remember that if we don't put Yah first, all else will fail. Shalom.